Michael Payne from Element Multigun. I'm out at my favorite duck hunting location in eastern Colorado, and got my trusty Supernova same one I use in competition, and in my layout blind out here, just taking in the scenery and hoping I run into some ducks. I haven't seen any yet. I don't think they got the memo. It's about 8:30 in the morning and 30 degrees. There's a cold front coming in, and I'm hoping it'll, coming through, and I'm hoping it'll push some ducks in for me to shoot at. But we'll see what happens. And so I figure while I'm sitting here not shooting ducks, I'd talk to you guys a little bit about competitive shooting in general. It's really easy to kind of look up to some of the hot rod shooters that you see on TV. There are really some phenomenal talent out there. Of course, you got Daniel Horner and Keith Garcia and guys like Jesse T, who likes to, really go fast and mix it up. Has really come up through the ranks really quickly. In the last couple of years. The thing is, though, is that I found myself kind of admiring more some of the other guys that aren't necessarily on television. You got guys like Tate Moots, Don Bednors, and Bruce Pyatt, Kurt Miller, and Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly's on TV, but I think the reason that I kind of admire those guys is because they're phenomenal competitors, great shooters, but they seem to have a really good balance, in their lives too, between their families and their spirituality and work, and they seem to have a really healthy perspective when they go out to the matches. They're out there to really have a good time. Yeah, they want to win, but they want to have a great time, and I think that's all really important. In 2011, I worked really hard to make USPSA Master Limited Division, and so I was at the range 5-6 days a week and shooting 5-6 matches a month, and it was great. I made Master, but at the end it kind of felt a little bit, I don't know, maybe like it wasn't a very fulfilling goal, a little hollow, I guess. And so I sat down with my wife and talked to her about it, and she was so gracious. She never let on, but she really felt like I overdid it and didn't spend much time with the family, and didn't really do the things that with the family that we love to do. And so 2012 I backed off and didn't shoot any pistol matches. Kind of switched to 3-gun a little bit just to mix it up, but I tried to make sure I was only at the range a couple days a week, and instead of 5 or 6, and I only shot 1, maybe 2 matches a month in 2012, and kind of refocused and tried to regain some perspective, so I could work through the burnout that I suffered in 2011. And so something that I learned in that is that balance is really important. If we pursue our hobbies and our something like competitive shooting to the point of distraction, then it really just kind of becomes kind of starts to own us after a while, and we can't do everything in our lives to the best of our ability if we're focused that hard on on one activity, one hobby. So you really have to get out and do other things and mix it up. So in 2012, I bought some really nice mountain bikes for the family, and we started mountain biking all over Colorado Springs area, and we started doing some fishing and hiking and some road trips and stuff. And I started doing better at work, and even my shooting got better because I was enjoying it more. I was happy to be out doing it, and my shooting started getting better, and now I feel like I can go out and I can shoot a match and just enjoy the match and the experience. Go out and practice with some friends and just enjoy the experience. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, that how important I think that a balance is for us to in our shooting careers. In the end, if you love it that much, that you can overdo it and burn yourself out, and then you're not wanting to do it anymore, and you kind of wasted all that time and effort. So that's what I had for you today. Michael Payne, Helmet Multi-Gun, and I'll see you at the range.